Hey, what is up guys, Sal here from Rex Tech, back with another video. Now of course, if you realize, it's actually been 1 year and 10 days since I've actually started this channel, and ever since then I've got 50 plus subscribers, which is one of my very first milestones that I've ever reached. Now of course, I have many other milestones which are higher than this mini milestone, and I wish to achieve them within the upcoming months. Now of course, this new season of Rex Tech brings you a fresh new intro as well as some fresh new content, which I hope you'll be seeing within the coming weeks. So why don't we get started? So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 Android 9.0 features, or as you might all know, Android P. Now just this week, Google in Google I/O announced the second beta of Android P, which brought so many visual changes and interface changes. Now, Google could not go on the event without talking about AI. Hence, this new operating system from Google is quoted a UI powered by AI, since most of the features in Android P is based off of artificial intelligence as well as machine learning. Now, of course, Google also went as far as providing a machine learning kit or ML kit to app developers, which they can download off Google Forums pages and download them and use them for their app development. Now of course, with Android P, Google plans on bringing 3 important features, which of course include a simpler interface, intelligent interface, as well as digital well-being. Now of course, we're going to talk about them in detail in the top 5 features. One of them being the new navigation bar. Now of course, with Android P, Google has basically removed the home button navigation system, replacing it with a gesture pill. Now that's not entirely true, as you still have the option of using the navigation bar if you don't feel comfortable by using the gesture pill. It's just like the iPhone X's gesture bar, but only a single tap takes you home and a half swipe takes you to the recent tasks, and of course a full swipe opens up the app drawer. Now of course, an interesting thing with the recent tasks or the app switcher is that the app switcher actually now has live applications working in the background, which you can actually interact with and of course copy and paste text in between 2 very different applications while in the app switcher itself. Now of course, this is very limited at this point, but it still works like a charm. Now of course, a single swipe of that pill towards the right opens up the application that was opened previously. Now this is just like the feature introduced with Android Nougat, where you double tap the recent tasks button and it opens up the application that's previous to the application that's running. So just like that, you swipe the home navigation pill towards the right and it opens up the app previously open. And of course, a full slide of the pill introduces the app switcher as well as slides through the other applications that have been opened in the app switcher. Now of course, the next, we're going to actually be digging deep into the user interface that is powered by artificial intelligence. Now of course, Google could not go on into the event without talking a little bit at least about AI. And of course, Android P or Android 9.0 is where they dumped it the most, right from your average brightness slider towards even the app drawer, where they've implemented AI everywhere in order to optimize and increase the performance and battery life of your phone even. Now of course, the improvement to the brightness slider is amazing, and I feel that this could have been done way back even with the older Android devices, but since Google is introducing AI only now, it's a feature that they could add to Android P. Now of course, every year with a newer version of Android, we get battery optimizations, and this year we actually got an overhaul of them. Every year we see the phone get smarter and analyzes which app takes in a lot of battery and stops those apps in the background process. But this time Google took it a bit further and added AI to the mix. So AI now analyzes all the applications that are running, which consumes the higher amount of battery in the background and which consumes the lower amount. Whichever consumes the highest gets stopped and killed, and you will be able to respawn it, but it might drain a bit of battery. But since Google has implemented AI functionality, it's now much more smoother, and of course your battery is well optimized, and of course it's much more healthier now with Android P. So with Android P, you're getting higher amounts of battery optimization and it's better than ever before. So with Android P, the next feature we're going to talk about is Dashboard. Now this is a separate menu that is introduced with Android P, which is present in the settings application, and of course it is a really amazing application as it now contains a record of your phone usage of each application, and not on a whole basis. It contains individual and specific usage data. It has data like how long you used it at a specific point in time, and overall how long you've used it, and in a week or in a day how long you've used that specific application. So maybe YouTube, you use it like for 3-4 hours an entire day. You use it most in the evening and at night. And if you realize that, you can actually set restrictions. So you can set a time limit for how long you can actually use YouTube. And if you exceed that time limit, you would be prompted and notified that you're exceeding your time limit. You would be closed from the application, and the application would be temporarily disabled. So it would respawn the next day or in a few hours or so. Now of course, if you get an update to Android P, it's an amazing feature that I think every one of us should activate on specific applications, maybe like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, just saying. So the next feature is with Android P, Google is now improving the Do Not Disturb function. Now of course, the Do Not Disturb button is a function that has been there for a really long time, but it's just only silenced the phone where it doesn't allow phone calls to come other than from specific people. But now it's been completely rethought of and remastered. Now with the Do Not Disturb function activated, it completely disables visual disturbances. So with the lock screen or the always on display or even the notification bar, you have no notifications as they're all cleared up, and no further notifications will arrive. Even if the mobile data or Wi-Fi is on, it won't allow notifications to come until you deactivate the Do Not Disturb function. When it's activated, you won't receive any visual disturbances or any sounds or pings or vibrations of any new notifications, and you won't be also able to receive any calls or alarms. Now of course, you have the ability to whitelist calls from specific people, like maybe your boss or some specific person. Now of course, another function that Google has introduced with the Do Not Disturb function is wind down mode, which is an amazing function, and I think all smartphones and all operating systems should have. All you gotta do is set a time limit at which you have to activate wind down mode, and once you reach that time limit, it disables and clears all notifications. It notifies you that you gotta get your rest, hit the hey, get some rest, and it closes the application that you're right in, shows you the home screen, and it completely turns it into the grayscale mode. It's like a black and white mode or something. Now of course, once all that done, all you gotta do is hit the hey, get up in the morning, and you may have some notifications probably. Now that's an amazing feature as it really wants you to get some sleep, hit the hey, take some rest, and get up in the morning and freshen up with some notifications, maybe from YouTube or maybe of this video or something like that. Now of course, the last and final feature of Android P, which is slices and actions, which is of course the main thing that's run by AI here. So slices are actually quick actions that are supposed to be done deep down in an actual application, but can be done by a simple search. So for example, you may be searching for a movie on the Google search bar, and right below, at last, it gives you a suggestion to book a ticket for that movie with your usual ticket booking application. Maybe you use Fandango a lot. So it gives you, and you have the application, it gives you a suggestion to book a ticket for that specific movie at a time that it thinks that it might be suitable for you. Now, not only there, but also in the app drawer below the actions menu, you get shortcuts to either navigate or call some person that is decided by the AI. It thinks maybe you do that at this point in time. Maybe it's evening, you want to get from work to home. The AI thinks of that and provides you with a suggestion right below the actions menu. It also gives you a suggestion, maybe you want to call your boss, or maybe you'd want to call a specific someone. So it gives you suggestions on that. Now of course, other than that, while talking about slices, we also got to talk about those actions that are also present in the app drawer. These are a row of applications that are present on the top of the app drawer. You remember that suggestions row where the user interface or launcher suggests specific applications that it thinks you use the most, well, now it's actually run by AI and it changes according to time. So maybe in the morning you open up the app drawer and the AI thinks that the first application you want to see is maybe Instagram, next YouTube, next Facebook, and so on and so forth. And it changes in the evening, so the main application you want to see in the evening is maybe Maps, then Instagram, Facebook, and so on and so forth. So that's what the user interface thinks, guys. So that's where AI is most implemented. So of course, those were my top 5 picks on the best features of Android P. Now of course, you too could update to the beta version, the latest beta version of Android P, if you have any of the devices listed right here. And it doesn't even have to be a Pixel device. It could be a Nokia, a Motorola, or something like that. The device is listed here. Other than that, you may have to do a sideload or maybe flash it to your ROM. So that wraps up for this video. Hope you liked it. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe. Follow me on all social media links linked down in the video description. Support me on Patreon, and I'll see you guys later.